Today, I'm not going to take an awful long time because today is your day and I'm just here as an intruder, really. What I'd like to say to you is I hope I get the opportunity to speak to a couple of people today. And please share your stories today because there are people here who are keen to listen to your stories and the impact that caring has on your mental health. So that just leaves me to say, enjoy the day, and I look forward to just working alongside you today.
Well, I've been a carer for 32 years, and I'm a sandwich carer. I cared for my husband until he died, and I cared for my daughter since she was born. Well, yeah, since she was born, but it was an NHS blunder in a second operation, which did save her life, but it was one that made her mentally handicapped as it was then. There was no support whatsoever, there'd been nothing, and I have had to fight tooth and nail for every service I've got. It's been very lonely, I've had breakdowns, I've suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. But I came to, that was in Yorkshire, I came to Lincolnshire and things were just changed, and I got involved with the partnership, joined in 2007 when we set it up. Went to meetings, learned what was going on, what were available, what weren't available, how to tap into it, if you like, and get it. And I kind of had a decent service for my daughter since then. It's been a long, long battle, but yeah. And like for me, you've got like, you're meeting like-minded people, you've got friendship, you're made to feel that you are doing the important role, you as the carer. Whereas before I just felt, I'm a nobody. But that's it.
The remit of the project was to look at the effect of caring on the mental health of carers. So does caring affect my mental well-being? GPs need information on the support required for patients, and we will develop some of these things as the day goes on. And better information needs to be available to carers at surgeries, not just to healthcare professionals.
I don't know if you heard of the Time to Change programme. It was actually on the radio this morning coming in, I heard it on the adverts. And the Time to Change programme is led by Mind and Rethink Mental Illness. And hands up from Rethink Mental Illness here. Right, and I know you've got some carers with you today. Yeah, wonderful. It is England's biggest programme to challenge mental health stigma and discrimination, which highlights you don't have to be an expert to talk about mental health, and it is often the little things that will make a real difference.
And at the moment there are 298 organisations registered on the Lincolnshire website, so it's quite an easy website to remember. We're also very conscious, people always say, and we've heard it already today, not everybody's on the internet, so there is printed material available as well. But the idea behind Shine, quite simply, is putting people in touch with each other. The key word for Shine is connect.
I am going to share with you what I believe is one of the most cutting-edge, brilliant ideas of how to bring more joy, more happiness, more laughter into our everyday lives. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to share with you this cutting-edge idea. But if I'm going to do that, I need to convince you. I need to convince you that this is a good idea. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to convince you. Oh yes, I am. Because I have the holier than holy, the greater than great, the bigger than big, the better than better. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have evidence-based research. Blank, mouth, eyes, forehead, lower lip. All right, so let's all try that. Blank mouth, eyes, forehead, lower lip, and then hold that face, because now is the time to look around and see how your neighbors are doing. All right, all together now. Blank mouth, eyes, forehead, lower lip. Excellent. Excellent.
been improvements. I hope they won't mind me saying, but Frank and Eric have done a lot of work with leaflets down at GP surgeries, getting the GPs to be more aware and bringing a lot of them up to speed, and it's pretty important being a carer.
Well, what is volunteering? It's really broad. It's any activity that involves spending time unpaid doing something that aims to benefit the environment other than, or addition to, close relatives, and that's NCVO's definition, who is the National Council for Voluntary Organisations, the national organisation. And here at the partnership, we know the caring role always comes first.
We're listening to carers and we're moving the groups around, and we'll continue to do that, like Marie said, about the ratios as well.
And we're going to be rolling out a Young Carers Partnership in schools. And again, it's not just this group, we want to hit as wide an audience as we can. 6,000 young carers in this county, the youngest 4 referred into services. We stopped putting kids up chimneys years ago. There's an expectation now.
You are now invited, and we notice the word in it, it's an invitation to follow my guidance. Don't want to do it, don't do it. We can just observe, that's fine. But I want to invite you to follow me. Yeah? So I want you to begin by just having a sense. If you hold the raisin in your hand, how do you know it's there? Is there a sense of touch? Or maybe you feel the weight of the raisin.
You've actually made this day, I think. The stories that you've told, the contributions you've made, the things you've had to put up with from Kate, especially Jen put in the
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
You know, tremendous how much you've put up with.
What a star!
We've had a good giggle today. I certainly have had, and I've seen a few shoulders going up and down. And I hope you join me in making the promise come true that Kate has asked us to make about smiling more and laughing more, because I think it's important. It's an important message to remember from today. That just leaves me to say thank you very much. Do join us for coffee and tea is still available. But thank you for making the day, and thank you for making part of it. So
Thank you.
have a safe journey home when you do.